Hello, I'm Sergio. What the
Hi, Sergio. How you been?
Yeah, Sergio, it's been a while, huh?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's do this again.
Then I'm Chance.
No.
And I'm Lila.
Hello, I'm Chance.
And I'm Sergio.
I'm Lola.
And this is Brick Wall Cinema.
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
He slimed me. We're ready to believe you. Back off, man. I'm a scientist. That's a big one.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass. Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. Enough, I get the point.
Sorry for the delay, but we're back again. Sergio had to go out of country. I was stuck homesick and couldn't even talk. I started breathing. I started hyperventilating. I couldn't. No, actually, I could think of a better excuse. Hold on.
You were out of the country? Weren't
You could just
ill?
say I'm busy. They know that I have school and
No,
work.
we need a good reason why we were gone. So I was gone because I had
You were offered a job.
no, actually, no, that's not it. I went over to Louisiana to go to French Quarter and have some fun. And I saw.
You could just say you're out of the state.
No, I am. Let me finish, Sergio. So I went out of country.
That's not the country. You're still in the same country.
No, I went out of the country after I went to Louisiana. I went out of the country after leaving Louisiana. Then I went to go to Barbados.
Where's Barbados?
In Jamaica.
Jamaica?
Yeah.
That's
Didn't you say this a while ago?
I didn't say this at all.
Wait, why'd you go to Jamaica then?
Yeah, and you didn't invite us? Frankly, I'm offended. Aren't you, Sergio?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you don't understand because I was sent there because my family was over there and I had to take care of their fire tower while they were gone.
What
How
fire
dare
tower?
Chance? We're not friends. We're
We had
family.
a firehouse there where we stopped ghosts from coming out.
Why are you saying this
Oh
in
my
Jamaica when
freaking
they do it in
goodness.
New York?
Sergio was a lead-in because what they did is they left their town to live in New York in the firehouse. God, you don't.
I just find it funny that you had to explain that to Sergio.
It's the same country. Why did you go out of the country?
You're in the same country. Anyway, why were you gone, Sergio? What was your excuse for not being here
I had a huge exam that was due.
for the past few weeks?
Yes, it's almost the end of the semester. I have several tests I have to do. And also I have to sign up for classes for next semester.
Okay, that's a pretty good excuse. And I
Yeah.
hear a random voice here. Who's that on my phone? Who's that on the Zoom call? Who's that?
It's Slimer. He invaded. He's in the computers, man.
Why does Slimer sound feminine and laughing?
Because you know how Slimer is. You're always making weird stuff.
Ew, what do you mean by that?
Well, duh, he burps. He always makes like those kind of sounds.
Wait, what kind of voice did it make?
Like,
Well, at least I didn't have relations with slime.
Oh.
Oh, you watched the video.
Of course.
You must have watched our video on TikTok, which is available now on Brick Wall Cinema.
It's been a while. It's been there for a while.
Well, yeah, but I'm also easy to get into the conversation and let people know we have a TikTok and also a YouTube video channel for our commentaries and our highlights on TikTok. and
Don't
YouTube
you
Shorts.
say that at the end of the video?
I'm saying it now because we're talking about it.
Okay, then.
God.
It just
I
seems
can't
like
wait
redundant
for
because we
when you
already
guys
said
get
that at the end of the
sponsored. Chance is gonna do a shameless plug, like, and that's why we've been using Coke Zero. I can see it now.
video.
Coke Zero. Oh, I don't want to drink Coke Zero.
You drink Coke.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
not zero.
You
It's
drink
different.
Well, it doesn't have to be
It
zero.
tastes
I'm just
different.
saying, like, for sponsorships. It was an example.
Oh, I could easily do sponsorships.
But me personally, I prefer Dr. Pepper. But you know,
I like Fanta.
ooh, Fanta's good.
Also, I heard Fanta is like the number one popular drink in India. I heard that. Anyways, back to the movie. We're doing a Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
The newest Ghostbusters movie came out on March 22nd, 2024. Rated PG-13, directed by Gil Keenan, the writer of the writer of Ghostbusters.
The son of the original director of the original trilogy, right?
No, dumbass. Let me finish talking because you interrupted me by laughing.
All right, so he was the son of the original director.
No, you're talking to the wrong person. You let me finish. He still finished talking for me.
This is gonna be a long video.
Directed by Gil Kenan, the writer of Ghostbusters Afterlife. He came back to direct this one, and I think he also had a part in making Monster House, if I was not mistaken. He produced this movie with Jason Reitman and Jason Blumfield. He also wrote this movie with Jason Reitman, who was the son of the original director of the first two movies. That's who you got confused with, Sergio.
Oh, okay. So what do we want to talk about the first?
I'm not done with the basic info, buddy.
I'm sorry, dude, but we're trying to make this quick, remember?
I know, but you're interrupting me, so make sure you're making it longer.
All right, then. What do we talk about first?
I'm not
So
done
much of
yet.
this is gonna get cut out.
Runtime, hour and 50 minutes, hour and 55 minutes. Budget, $100 million. There, now we can talk about it. With the Rotten Tomatoes score, it has a 43% of Rotten Tomatoes from critics and 84% for audiences.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty big difference. So let's start with the synopsis. After the events of Afterlife, Gary, Kaylee, Trevor, and Phoebe have moved into New York firehouse and become the official Ghostbusters team. While Winston has opened the Paranormal Research Center to study the ghosts that they bust, and Ray is using his bookstore as a hub for collecting occult texts and finding haunted objects. When one such object turns out to be the ancient cage for an incredibly powerful malevolent spirit, it will take both generations of Ghostbusters to prevent New York from being overrun by armies of ghosts and plunge into a new ice age. Will they succeed? Is a ghost transparent?
Yes.
What?
That was a joke. God.
It's okay. I got the joke.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
All right, so
No.
what do we want to talk about first?
Let's give our impression of the movie first of all. And then we'll get into spoilers after we're done talking about how we thought about the movie.
All right.
I thought this is a really fun movie. I enjoyed all of it. There are some things I might have liked more than others. Some things I noticed that they clearly cut out that were supposed to be expanded on. You can definitely tell. And the idea, and also the biggest thing about this whole movie is the cast, because there's so many people in this movie that are Ghostbusters, or not even just Ghostbusters, just people are so many main characters. It's hard to focus on. It's hard to focus on a certain amount of people at a certain time, like giving equal amounts of story time.
You mean screen time?
Screen time, yes.
Yes, I feel the same way. There was a lot of stuff they felt like they could have went with. And then there was this sort of pushing it back to the sidelines, whereas we focus mostly on certain characters going through certain arcs.
Right. And we're not going to get into spoilers yet because there are still people that haven't seen it yet. But we'll get into spoilers after we're done with our main discussion about it. I don't know how to do this without spoilers, honestly. Me thinking about it. But
should we just go into spoilers then?
Well, yeah, let's just give our ratings, because this is gonna be a short review for everyone, so just to be easy for everyone that, I don't know, we're trying something new, cut some slack. For new movies, we only get to see them once usually because Sergio has to pay for it, but I have A-list. So with these new recent movies coming out, we're just gonna have to do it one at a time, like do like these short reviews, which makes it easier for us to edit and release sooner, and for the audience to know which one to watch first.
All right. So what did we want to talk about first?
So let's go with the ratings.
All right. So out of 5, right?
Yeah.
My thoughts was, I didn't get what I expected out of this as much, although it was a very enjoyable movie. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
Wow, we're riding the money here. I got exactly 4 out of 5 too. Yeah, it doesn't hit all the right marks, but it does hit the good nostalgic parts of it. It has all the people come back, has all the Easter eggs you want, has all the story parts you want. It has a cool villain. It has a cool setting. It has great effects. And it's just a fun Ghostbusters movie. It's not as melancholy as the last one was.
It expands the sort of the whole spectrum of what ghosts are in this universe. All right. So what are we getting into right now?
Now we're getting into the spoilers. So spoilers, anyone? And spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers. Lola.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just talked about the ghost part of it, and you say like how they have different types of ghosts in this. I'm guessing you're talking about the female, like the girl ghost that talks to Phoebe.
No, I was talking about how in the research center they had different ghosts in there.
Oh,
There were certain kinds like possessors. There was those ones that hide in the dark. It seemed interesting that they categorized them in different categories and different types.
well, they always did
But
that.
yeah. Wait, what?
They always did that.
In which and how?
All of them. It's like that's a class 4 vapor or that's a class
No,
3.
that's a class like how powerful they are. But this is different categories. The possessors are the ones that do the possessing, whereas the other ones were like in the dark. Other ones were sliming. They did different things. They weren't all the same. And yes, they varied in power, but that I'm talking about what it is they did specifically.
Okay. So,
One thing I did find odd about this movie was that the main villain was supposed to be this hyped up as this one to end them all, like the big bad. But as he freezes the entire city, it was kind of underwhelming that the whole fight just happened in this one place in the firehouse. It felt like such a small confined space to keep the final fight, and it just kind of felt underwhelming.
that was my thought on it too. I thought like it's clearer now than more than any other movie that they didn't shoot as much on the actual location. They shot clearly on a soundstage.
Yeah.
And it's more prevalent here than any other movie. Because like a lot of the whole movie practically takes place in the firehouse. Except like shots in the library and stuff like that in the bookstore.
Also, I wonder how they would categorize spirit, like ghosts that are like the girl that Phoebe hung around and her grandfather's spirit, because they seemed like sort of spirits that did not leave because of unfinished business. So what would that be categorized as?
I'm not sure, but I think that in that film they did try to tease. Do you know that they were trying to tease like a love thing between her and Phoebe?
Yeah, and at first we thought that in the first movie they were going to do it between Podcast and Phoebe.
Yeah, because they still tease it in this one too, like him getting so excited seeing her is like, "Hey Phoebe, hi."
Yeah, I thought it was more of them just not seeing each other because they are always busy now. But now that Phoebe is no longer part of the team anymore because of the fact that she's restricted from it because she's underage. But it did seem like they were going to go for something in that direction, but then they kind of dropped it. As we said before, it seemed like they were going to do different stuff than what they actually did, and they rolled with it. It worked out okay. It worked out pretty good, but it felt like a lot of stuff was dropped.
That's what felt like a lot with this movie. Like they had all these different ideas and plans for this movie, and they thought, let's just focus on one. Or, hear me out, we do all of them. All of them. All of them.
I feel like it would have ended up like the second movie, the original second movie of the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but the only thing is we're not going to get into any deleted scenes for this one.
True.
Because they did the thing where Harold Ramis tried to catch ghosts and catch Slimer in the firehouse. They did the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Except with fried chicken in the sequel, they had in this one Cheetos. They really just put Finn Wolfhard under the bus for this movie. They just made him do nothing besides that. Just for a little payoff of him eating the possessor. Also,
I'm confused. The ghost god, I forgot his name already. The one with the horns, the ice powers.
Horny guy. Horny guy.
The horn guy. Okay.
The horny ghost.
So he was able to control Phoebe's ghost because she temporarily became a ghost. How was it that he was able to control her body then?
Oh. Bustin' makes her feel good.
That didn't make sense after the fact we watched it, because his whole shtick is that he can control ghosts. It would have made more sense if he could control the possessor and then possessed Phoebe's body as she was outside her body for a little bit and made her open the thing.
You're right on catching that, actually. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of things didn't make sense, mostly because of the fact that they needed drama with Phoebe, I guess, of her trying to prove that she's old enough to do her own decisions, but realize that she's still very young and naive.
Yeah, because even though she's still a kid, she might be really smart, but she still has the mentality of a kid. She's still a kid.
Do you get what we mean, Lola?
Totally.
Yeah. Also, I was hoping that they would dive more into the story of the ghost girl that hangs around Phoebe, of how it is she became like that.
They did. They said that she burned down her family's business.
No, they said that she implied it when she said that she burned down the business. And then they did like a show don't tell thing of her being at the diner that has her last name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't really outright say it or even delve into it. They just showed like a few scenes of it. They had her talk about a little bit about vaguely about her past, but that was about it.
One thing I did notice was the library ghost elves in the movie that scared Ray again. So I'm thinking about it now. They never captured that ghost in that first movie.
Oh yeah.
They just left.
You think that was kind of like an Easter egg saying how they never caught that ghost?
Probably, I guess. I just think it's funny that they never actually caught him and just ran. And also think about it now, that whole scene of him saying, I got an idea, right? And Ray's like, get her! And they run away from it. I realize now that later in the movie when they're about to see Gozer and they say, well, someone has to go up there. And he's like, you're right. Go get her, Ray. Do you think that's a reference to that?
Yeah. Peter keeps telling Ray to go get it.
But yeah, this was a fun movie. I just want and just ended right there by saying it's a fun movie with a lot of things that they tried pitching at us, but didn't really catch. But the thing that they did stick with, like the effects, the story, the characters, and the justice for Winston that we needed since the fucking first movie.
What did Winston do besides actually bring back the business? Well, he did create the facility that they used to study the ghosts.
That's a big thing, Sergio. He's rich now.
Yeah, that is pretty necessary.
Yeah,
but it's more of the background kind of stuff. I'm wondering if he did actually, like, if he did actively do anything within the film, like actually doing something instead of being behind the scenes, creating all the stuff that they use. I suppose that he was just mostly meant to be like the rich millionaire that they fall back to whenever they need to get something done, I suppose. It was great to see him. It was great to see him shine, though.
Yeah, this is the biggest role he's ever had in this franchise, I think, in my opinion. Because the other movies, he might have some iconic lines, but this part, he actually has a big part of the story.
You were saying, Lola? I think she disappeared, man.
No, I genuinely didn't hear you. What did you say? I genuinely didn't hear you.
Sergio got scared.
I was so confused. I'm like, what did he say?
We were talking about how Winston got more time to shine in this movie, and compared to all the other movies.
She didn't see the movie, Sergio.
Wait, you haven't shown?
Well, I know some things. Yeah, Chance didn't want to see the movie with me for some reason.
No, Lola, you haven't seen Afterlife yet. We were almost done with Afterlife.
I did. I just watched.
You just finished it?
You were literally there, and then after you left, I finished it.
Oh, wait! You didn't tell me you finished.
You told me to finish watching it. You literally told me to finish watching.
And guess what, everyone? You get a quick review of Ghostbusters Afterlife from Lola. What do you think about Ghostbusters Afterlife?
It was awesome. I did really like it.
What do you think of the ending?
It was all right. I don't really have much to say. Like, I'm not a ginormous Ghostbusters fan, but I enjoyed the movie. It was good. Okay, it's not as if I hate the movie. There are things I care more about. No offense to Ghostbusters. Awesome franchise. I grew up with it as a kid. But I don't have much more to say. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was a fun, action-packed field adventure. It was nice.
All right. So is that all we have to say about this movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, all right then. See you guys in the next one. Have a cinematic day. And this marks the end of Ghostbusters month, or just Ghostbusters for us, because we missed a couple of weeks.
This is the end of our reviews.
No, be more specific, Sergio. He's going to freak everyone out.
End of the reviews.
The end of our reviews for Ghostbusters, because that's what this whole thing was.
Yeah, are you away from the camera and a microphone now, Sergio? Because like you're distancing from us.
He's disciplining his cat.
I've been down for a long time. All
right, then. So have a cinematic day, everyone. Thank you, Lola, for being a guest on the pod. And thank you, Sergio. I'm Chance. Wait, hold on.
Perfect ending right there.
Flawless.
I'm Chance.
I'm Sergio.
I'm Lola.
Have a cinematic day. Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening. And be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok at Brick Wall Cinema. Have a cinematic day.